The role that I play in the series is named Eve. We all worked very hard at naming her, and so I have a little piece of that. She is she's a woman who is also a mom, who is not altogether satisfied or happy with where she is in her life, and in the midst of all of that, she gets sucked into a sinkhole. So I imagine her perspective changes rather quickly. She gets to sort of make that epic shift from, you know, this 21st century kind of existential ennui to I just got to stay alive and keep my family alive and not starve to death and not get killed. Eve's family is pretty integral to the story on a sort of symbolic and also a very literal sort of basis, because they're sort of they're pulled apart 50-50. One faction of the family is up in the real world and the other faction is down in the downstairs, is what I call it. And I would assume, I don't know, but I would assume that the entire series for this particular storyline is about these four people becoming a unit again. And again, there's lots of metaphors that can arise and will arise with that. Eve has her son down in the hole, and Gavin and Izzy, the dad and the daughter, are upstairs, and yeah, it's just this beautiful sort of epic journey of everybody's trying to find their way back home again. So Izzy, Josh, and Eve are a part of this sinkhole that they get sucked into, but Izzy is able to escape, and Izzy is left up in the real world with her dad, Gavin, while Eve and Josh are down below. I think the series will be dependent on the characters and their relationships and how everybody sort of relies on each other, how everybody sort of becomes aware of their own strengths and weaknesses through the other characters, and also learning about the pasts of a lot of these people and how it informs how they're surviving and how, you know, their methods of survival. So at the beginning of the pilot, my character falls through what we're calling a sinkhole, and it's seemingly endless. And once she gets to the bottom, she's sort of spat out onto this beautiful, vast sort of landscape where she comes to and doesn't have any orientation of where she is, and must quickly orient and figure out not only where she is, but if there are others around, and sort of what state that all of those people are in, including herself. She and her son fall through a sinkhole. Her daughter and her ex-husband are left in Los Angeles, not knowing what happened. She doesn't know what happens. And then she's able to find others who were in the same sort of 2-block radius. Everybody's just as confused as she is, and they have to sort of piece together what happened, which obviously they can't, because there are no answers. So a lot of the pilot is spent asking questions, trying to find answers. It's also spent obviously meeting a lot of these people who are all very disparate, and they're mostly strangers, and sort of dealing with this crisis and trying to use methods that we know from like the regular world in a world that is so irregular, and what challenges come about when you're forced to do that. I think that there's a very, very big theme of family throughout the entire show, not just with my character and with my family, but with everyone. There seems to be these very strong and also complicated familial bonds, and with my character, she is sort of fiercely dedicated to making sure that her family is protected, that her family, she's very, very invested in wanting to make sure that her family knows that she's safe, the family that she's separated from, and reuniting with that family as well.